Traction versus hanging, extenders versus weights. Which one actually builds real length? The answer has changed over time because the devices have changed. Both extenders and hanging do the exact same thing. They put sustained tension onto your penis. And that tension forces the tissue to remodel over time. The goal is the same, permanent length. However, the method in which the tension is applied is where it gets interesting. Traditionally, hanging was the high tension method. You'd strap in, attach some plates, and let gravity pull your D. Sessions were shorter, 20 to 40 minutes max, but they were intense. Hanging looked hardcore because it was hardcore. Why? Because all extenders couldn't reach more than 120 grams of tension, or about 2 pounds. They were very limited, so hanging became the path to adding serious loads. But things have changed. Extenders aren't capped to 2 pounds of tension anymore. Devices like Epic Extender can go up to 22 pounds of tension, and that is more than anybody would want to hang with. That means that extenders are no longer the low tension, long hours kind of devices. They can be used for shorter, high tension sessions exactly like hanging, or if you prefer, for lighter and longer sessions. In other words, traction has caught up. So what are the real differences between extenders and hanging? One of the biggest differences is that with hanging, you're limited to the plates that you own. So you can only start with the smallest plate that you have, and sometimes it's too much for the beginning, and you can increase the weights only with the increments of the plates that you have, which sometimes is a bit too much. With extenders, on the other hand, you have full control. So you can start super light and you can increase the tension gradually as you adapt. And that makes extenders smoother, safer, and easier to adapt over time. Both methods, however, rely on the same biology, and that is sustained tension for tissue remodeling. Another huge difference between hanging and extenders is the portability and ease of use. So think about it. With hanging, you gotta have a bunch of weight plates. So if you're traveling, if you're going places, you're gonna have to carry just a bunch of metal plates with you. And another difference is that with hanging, you're pretty much limited to hanging downwards in the direction of gravity, compared to extenders where you can stretch straight out or downwards or even to the sides. Another difference is if you're trying to move around while hanging a bunch of weights between your legs, it's gonna be pretty difficult. However, if you just have the extender attached, you can easily move around without any problem. I gotta make it perfectly clear, unlike what ads tell you, none of those methods can be used outdoor. You simply cannot fit an extender in your pants, even though marketing tactics really try to convince you that you could just wear it all day outside or indoor. Trust me, I've tried it myself and it gets very uncomfortable, even if you manage to hide the device under your pants. If you want to stretch on the go and in a discrete method, that's what the all-day stretcher is for, but that's a topic for a whole different video. So hanging is usually high loads, shorter sessions, and bigger jumps between weights. Old extenders can only allow you to use low tension, and you're gonna have to wear them for longer hours. Modern extenders, on the other hand, like Epic Extender, are more versatile. You can use them for low tension or high tension. It's up to you. But let me make it perfectly clear. It doesn't matter the method you use for stretching. All methods work. They just work in different ways. The difference is mostly safety, flexibility, and what you can actually stick with. And that is why I have created the PE Trainer app that reminds you to do your stretching every day. It has built-in routines so you don't have to figure things out by yourself. And it also gamifies the whole experience. So you can basically play with other users on the app, and you have a leaderboard and you get rewarded every time you get to a new achievement. You can track your progress and you can save your before and after photos in a secured way locked behind a PIN code. And the best part is 100% free. So it doesn't matter if you use it with Epic Extender or any other extender, you can still get the benefits of it 100% free. So which one do you actually prefer, an extender or a hanger? Let me know in the comment section below. And I'm gonna see you in the next video. Bye-bye.